Absolutely. And you can't go too woo-woo with me, believe me.
So, all right. So to the audience,
too woo-woo with me.
To the audience and to you, I say with all due respect, I love the woo-woo in you, because I've listened to a few of your episodes and I was like, this girl is woo-woo as hell, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we will definitely go woo-woo. I appreciate it.
Yes, please. But just for everybody who started watching now, in the second half, they are going to do practical stuff and actual things. You guys know I'm all about the simple things we can do every day to shift. And so they are going to help us do that in the 3D world. I know that so many of my friends try to stay in this 5D elevated, like nothing, it's all an illusion and nothing touches me and all of this is pretend.
Yep.
You know, and so bringing it back into the 3D can be incredibly difficult. And I know a lot of the people in the comments are talking about this exact sort of thing, are connecting it the way that you did. And what you were talking about with the mountains and the valleys, the thing that I have really embraced on my own journey, after years of clinical depression before my awakening, and just this experience of transforming myself, because I'm the only person I could change, is that in the darkest moments are where the biggest transformations come. They're where the light bulb clicks on and you can really see that aha so incredibly clearly. And to embrace those low points as your actual high points. And that was what, when you were talking about that gratitude point in your little video, was about, you may not be seeing results. You know, when we go on a spiritual journey, there's something they call the dark night of the soul. Now, I don't like that term very much, but the people in the audience, I mean, everybody recognizes that in the spiritual community, where you have to dig through your darkest garbage to get through to the other side. Like, you have to go through all the pain you've had, all the suffering, all the times you held a grudge, all the times you were mad at someone, those things that you're not letting go of, so that you can learn to process them, to love them, to forgive them, to do whatever it is that you're doing. And many people on that journey give up at that point, because all they can see, they're in the valley, all they can see is that darkness. And when you liken that and connected it to the physical journey, I could definitely relate, because so many people on a physical journey of transformation, when you don't see the results, when you don't see it instantly, that you start to kind of say, what's the point? Why am I doing this? Why am I even bothering? So it's got those two pieces of it. But until I watched that, I didn't connect that the physical was exactly the same as the thing that I've devoted the last 8 years of my life to learning about, you know? So I definitely would love for you to expand on that a little bit, about making that perspective shift on the physical aspect of this.
Yeah. Okay. And to put that in perspective, what I do as a personal trainer, I do all online training, and I focus on the behavior change behind that. You know, like I'll go through the nutrition coaching. I go through of course, the physical piece. You need to, do a bicep curl and all that stuff. But there are times with my clients, we'll go 3 months before we do any sort of workout, because you have to be correct up here before you can translate that to the physical body. I truly believe, and I know Jenna does as well, because we both experienced it, that if it's not correct up here, it's not going to translate. And what I mean by that is, what is your why for doing it? I run across it all the time in healthcare. I run across it all the time in fitness, that people want to improve their body. And the simple question is, I want abs. And there's nothing wrong with that question. I'm not insulting you if that is the question, but it's simply it's just a lack of awareness of the approach to it, because that is a very simple question. That is what people think the question should be. However, if you approach it with what really makes those abs, how do you get those abs? When you can ask those right questions, then you can seek the correct answers. But for a lot of people, like you said, it's just that physical transformation of, I want to get here as fast as possible. No offense to you, but if that's your mentality, it's not going to last long. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of questions about motivation. How do you find the motivation to keep going? And that's why it's so important to focus on the mental piece before you start the physical journey or the nutritional journey, because when you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like getting out of bed, it's that mental piece that has to be there, or you're just not going to do it. You're going to give up. And that's why so many people you see start this journey and then stop so many times, because it's that mental piece that hasn't been laid as the foundation.
1000%.
Yeah, and to liken that with a spiritual journey, the thing that I like I said, watching you guys just the other day gave me one of those like, oh, click, 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 all the like, several of the tumblers fell into place. On the spiritual journey, the thing that I tell people over and over again is there is no destination. Like there's not a point where, oh, I'm enlightened, I can stop now. It is the journey itself that is the learning, that is the experience. It's the journey. So to go into a health, or my interpretation is to go into a, change your eating, change what you're doing, to have a destination in mind is almost blocking what you're going to do in the first place. I'm big on, I know a lot of people are very big on set a goal and get there. But to me, when you set that, now you've stopped your growth, and maybe looking at it as the journey itself, the exercise itself, the new food itself is the experience that you're supposed to be having, that you're in.